now you're the champion, and there's one very clear contender that looms in the background, and that is Cris Cyborg. Give us your thoughts on the potential meeting with her.
You know, I want to fight everybody. If Cris Cyborg is the one I have to fight, I'll fight her. Right now, I really need surgery on my hand. I'm going to get surgery on my hand, and let's see after.
You seen Cris Cyborg, Amanda Nunes, take her out. You were going to fight her. You said that she was a known and proven cheater. Any regret not fighting her at all? At all or no?
No, I'm not living with regrets. No, not at all. I know every decision we make in life has consequences, and I'm still living with the consequences of the decision I made, and I'm fully behind the decision I've made. And a lot of people are focusing on me not wanting to fight Cyborg. It has nothing to do personally with Cyborg, not at all. You know, I respect the woman, and whatever she does or whatever she has been caught on, you know, it's her choice. It's her, you know, the decision she made in her life. It's not me, you know. But before the fight with Holly, I've always said I go back to 135. That's my division. When I walk around and I'm just training hard, I walk around at 145. Without cutting carbs, not water loading, I walked in here at 145, you know, to start the fight week. And there was no chance of me getting a rematch with Amanda Nunes anytime soon. Me winning the belt and winning the 45 title would get me that shot. When the UFC called me and asked me if I wanted to fight Holly, I'm like, that's cool, because in first place, Holly and I were supposed to fight at 135. And then they changed it to 145. They called me a couple days later, we can make it a 45, but a title shot. And I'm like, I will do it if I get to fight, if I beat Holly, if I get to fight Amanda Nunes. And that was the agreement. It's just something I agreed on fighting Amanda and not Cyborg. And in every interview I gave before the fight with Holly, I've said I go back to 135. Every interview. I'm not a big 45er. I'm small for 145. Maybe in height, I am a big 45er, but in weight, I'm not.
You know, she looks like she could trim down a little bit. You know, so you never know. Maybe, you know, she definitely. I'm not fat shaming this woman.
Wow.
I am not doing that. I'm just saying. She's
2019. Holy shit. Michael Bisping telling a woman she needs to trim down. Wow.
Well, hold on. Equal opportunity, doggy. So we can say to any man he's a little out of shape, he needs to lose a few pounds. But I can't say that to a woman. Don't they want treated the same? She looked like she'd never done a sit-up in her life. Okay, maybe. All right, edit that bit out. no, you know, maybe if she could make 125. Oh, but saying that though, she had a really, really tough weight. And I'm not trying to shit on Aspen Ladd, by the way. She's a very nice person. She's an incredible fighter. As you know, the tone of the podcast, we have a laugh, but I am serious though. I am serious.
No, she's not super toned. It was very obvious. It is what it look. Fuck that. You're right. It is an equal opportunity.
Listen, the sad reality is, and all jokes aside, and Aspen, you know, if you've seen the show, which I highly doubt she has, that's what we do. We take aim at everybody. We're having a laugh. Nothing personal. It takes a lot of balls to step in there and do what she did tonight. And she's had a terrific run. She was 8-0. She's still very, very young in her career. I don't even think I was fighting professionally at 24 years old. That was my point when I spoke to her. I said, wow, 8-0 so far, 24 years old, and you're fighting in the main event. It's an incredible achievement for her, and she should be really, really proud of herself. Going forward, you know, if making 125 is an option, maybe she could do that. Maybe that's a suggestion. However, that said, the rumors were that she had a tough time making 135. Apparently her weight cut was kind of brutal. So maybe she can't. And if she can't, I apologize, and we apologize. We're only having a laugh.
Why is it fair to give you, Urijah Faber, a shot over Aljamain Sterling or Joseph Benavidez when they've been out here really putting together some pretty impressive win streaks during your absence?
Yeah, what is their win streak?
All right, so Aljamain Sterling's on a 4-fight win streak, and he beat a gentleman you probably won't know, Brett Johns. Then he beat Cody Stamann. He finished him with a Suloev stretch. He's ranked he's currently 10. He beat Jimmy Rivera. who I believe has a win over you, albeit not a super spectacular one. And then he beat Pedro Munoz, who's top 5. So he's got 3 top 10 wins there.
I want to take a look back at my career and see how many top 10 wins I have, because I went back and watched my fights in preparation for this fight, and almost 95% of the people I fought, whether it be Michael McDonald was ranked number 3, I was ranked number 2. We've got the list going on. We've got Brian Bowles. You got 8-fight win streak from Bruce Leroy, and you got a guy ranked in top 10, Frankie Saenz. I mean, that's all I fought my whole career. This is a fight where a guy had just broken the top 15, and it's rare that I get a fight like that, And so I know there's levels to this thing. If you put myself up against a Pedro Munoz or a Rafael Sunsao, for example, I have a win over Rafael Sunsao. Pedro Munoz got in a knockdown drag-out when Cody was not fighting his smartest fight, in my opinion. But I wouldn't fight a guy like that. So the question is for guys that are skeptics is, like, these guys are trying to prove themselves that they're top-level fighters. But I've already established, I'm a caliber fighter that fights for championships. That's what I do. On any given day, I feel like I can hurt guys, I can finish guys. There's no one that's going to out-wrestle me, per se. There's no one that's going to be heads and shoulders above me in the striking game. There's no one in the jiu-jitsu game. I've just done jiu-jitsu matches with some of the best jiu-jitsu players on the planet. So it makes sense for people to be skeptics, but that's what people are, especially on the internet.
What was Ricky Simone ranked?
I think 15th. He was newly ranked.
So, I mean, look, on paper, that fight should never happen. And again, I'm just talking, realistically. I love the guy. You're right, Faber's awesome, but I think, my guy is definitely more deserving. So I think, and I would love to see Urijah put out a tweet about Aljo, like Aljo put out a tweet about Benavidez. I mean, that's the way in a perfect world, that's the way it works, where, these guys police themselves and say, hey, listen, you deserve it. You've got the better, you've been around longer. I would love to see that. And not that that's going to happen, but that would be a nice thing.
People are going to get pushed when the public is ready for them to get pushed. I mean, I think George has now, emerged and he's putting himself into that, I don't know if you want to call it the Diaz type aura, the Cowboy Cerrone aura, the McGregor aura. Just people are excited by him and people are talking about him, and I think he's certainly got the potential to be in that league of fighters as far as promotional push.
I don't think that fight would ever happen. McGregor being an underdog, that makes sense. His last fight was a loss to Khabib. Prior to that, he lost to Floyd Mayweather. Prior to that, it was way back in 2016 before he won a fight. Masvidal right now is on a tear, just knocks out Askren, knocks out Darren Till. Makes total sense.
Well, and is the only real big challenge for you at 145 pounds. Give us your thoughts on the potential meeting with her.
I want to fight everybody. If Cris Cyborg is the one I have to fight, I'll fight her. Right now, I really need surgery on my hand. I'm going to get surgery on my hand, and let's see after.
Several days later.
When that she got caught with the diuretic, then she got permission for it, and we discussed that she being caught with the diuretics, we decided not to take the fight.
Several days later.
It has nothing to do personally with Cyborg, not at all. I respect the woman. If I get to fight, if I beat Holly, if I get to fight Amanda Nunes. And that was the agreement. It's just something I agreed on fighting Amanda and not Cyborg.